king!
What's up, Headless Horde? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk briefly about something that I came across on the interwebs. It is an article from playlist.net, and it has a few quotes from Jon Favreau, the creator of Mandalorian. And he kind of gives us an explanation of why he decided to bring Grogu back to Mando before Season 3. If you don't remember, he went off with Luke at the end of Season 2, and then we saw him again in episode, I believe it was episode 6 of the Book of Boba Fett, where he had to make a decision between either the lightsaber of Yoda or the Mandalorian armor that Din Djarin had made for him. And then we saw him choose the armor and go back with the Mandalorian. So in this article, let me pull this up here for you. What we're going to be looking at is his comments of why he did this. So it says here, Jon Favreau explains walking back the Grogu Mandalorian split. He says we couldn't just hit a hard reset. And again, this is coming from theplaylist.net if you want to take a look at it. So basically, he says we couldn't just hit a hard reset, despite setting up a conclusion that pointed towards a hard reset. So that's a little unfortunate, because I really wish that he would have stayed with Luke, especially if he's going to be using Force powers. You would think that he would have to go through some type of training, unlike what we saw in The Last Jedi. So he continues on. It's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds for people who may not have seen the Book of Boba Fett, he said. But I think the Book of Boba Fett offered some time to pass. So, I mean, this is true. If you didn't see the Book of Boba Fett and you assume he went with Luke and you don't really follow everything else, which, I mean, I think the majority of people who actually follow the storyline probably ended up sticking with the Book of Boba Fett, or at least heard that those two episodes were Mandalorian based. So I'm sure it won't be some huge surprise. But again, for someone who maybe just watches Mandalorian and doesn't really watch any other Star Wars, and doesn't have conversations about this like me and you, obviously you're watching this video for a reason. It also continues here. To be fair, you saw each of them without each other for one separate episode each. But I'm also reminded that Favreau was the same guy who tried to talk the Russo brothers out of killing Robert Downey Jr. in Avengers Endgame. And look at the impact that has had on the storytelling. So, in the latest reviews, unfortunately, for Ant-Man and Wasp, the new one coming out this weekend, the reviews are not very good. I'll be dropping a review on the movie and instant reaction. I'll probably create a short, and I will also be doing a video on that. I'm seeing it Sunday, and you can check that out over at Raven Reviews, and I'll drop that link in the description down below if you are interested in that content. It also says, I think you had to service both things, Favreau continued. Just because this kid has the potential and training, does he belong away from the Mandalorian? I saw it more like Paper Moon, where the whole thing is about delivering the kid to the blood relative, only to realize that whether genetically through her father or just through bonding, Sam O'Neill had to end up with Ryan O'Neill. So if you ever seen the movie Paper Moon, that's kind of what they're talking about here. So, I wish that he would have stayed with Luke. I wish we would have went into Season 3 with Mando kind of doing his own thing. Maybe we would have got episode 5 of Boba Fett is like the opener for this, and we would have saw the conflict between him and the armorer, and then that kind of sends Din Djarin off to Mandalore, where he needs to go to the Springs. And then we could have also had a separate storyline with Grogu with Luke, showing some training, throw some Ahsoka in there. I guess I'll be curious to see exactly how this ends up playing out. But, we'll see. We 2 weeks from today, we'll be talking Mandalorian. I'll be doing live breakdowns every Thursday, about 7 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be breaking that down. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think about this? Did you wish that he stayed with Luke for a little longer, or are you okay the way it played out in the Book of Boba Fett? So let me know, and don't forget to hit that like on the way out of here, and I will see you guys in the next video. And like always, don't forget, keep those heads on